out arenas and everything. Everything's good.
Everything's
Selling
great.
out arenas and everything. Starting to act different, huh?
No,
you ain't been calling me and hanging out the way we used to hang out.
Well, I mean, you try to get in contact with me, through all my, partners and whatnot. But you never really got my number, so.
Correct. Okay.
My number?
Yeah.
Hi guys, welcome to my channel everyone, and thank you so much for watching. What's going on, guys? I am Jade. If you're new here, please hit the like button and share this video. Thank you so much. Okay, so in the wake of everything that is going on now, everything that has been exposed about Diddy and all of the just pure evil and wickedness that took place, and in his evil empire, okay, because ultimately that's what that is. It's an evil empire. So there has been a lot of conversation, and people are actually calling out for Justin Bieber, who obviously it has not been proven to be true or false or whatever, but there are speculations that Justin Bieber was one of the alleged victims of Diddy and his evil empire, Diddy and allegedly Usher as well. So as a result of that, people are wondering if it will ever get to a place where Bieber will come out and expose this wicked, evil empire, especially considering the fact that he has started speaking about this. Okay, we played a video yesterday of him just going in on the empire, exposing, doing this interviews and talking so passionately about protecting Billie Eilish. So the conversation now is, will he ever get to the place? Will he ever get to a place where he'll feel very comfortable talking about what happened to him, talking about his experience? And because they did a number on Justin based on some of the things that I personally have seen, okay, as a result of my curiosity, as a result of me just delving into this rabbit hole. There's so many things that happen, and so many people were being incredibly inappropriate. And even I was watching this clip, it's an old clip from Keeping Up with the Kardashians, when Chloe, is it Chloe? Coco, Courtney, Chloe, yeah. When Chloe exposed Diddy and talked about one time that she went to Diddy's parties, and she basically saw that half of the people that were there were shirtless. They were basically, I don't want to say the word because these algorithms, this is very sensitive, but when you're not wearing your clothes, so yeah, so that conversation really, really got people into thinking, and people did even more digging about Diddy. And this tape, they then released this tape. It's an interview that Diddy did with Conor O'Brien. This is from like a long time ago, where Diddy, and I was trying to express this yesterday. I was trying to explain this. For some reason, I didn't have the right verbiage. I was tired, okay? But yeah, we're going to go ahead and listen to this video where Diddy was basically telling on himself, talking about the criteria, the kind of things that happen, what it takes to have a Diddy party. Like, it is so creepy and so weird. Take a look at this, guys. Like, the man was telling on himself. And what is so sad is that this time he was obviously still at the top of his game. Everybody saw him as a big deal, untouchable or whatever. So he could literally go to a very popular talk show. Conor O'Brien is very popular, He could literally go anywhere and just spew this garbage and just tell on himself and confess to what can arguably be considered a crime. And then the audience and everybody will just applaud. Everybody will just be like, yeah, he's really. Not only on this one, he also did another interview on Ellen DeGeneres show, where he also said almost similar situation, and he brags about being able to go on for so long when it comes to his bed situations. Like, he's able to go on for a long time And then there's this other interview that he did with Carisha Young Miami, and then they were bragging about how he doesn't quit when he's in that mood. Like, these people are literally confessing to things and nobody's paying attention. Nobody was paying attention. But hopefully people are paying attention now. So listen to this interview that he did with Conor O'Brien.
Okay. Now, we need alcohols.
Right.
Alcohols.
Right. Not just one alcohol.
Alcohols.
Right. Just different
Plurals.
blend. You need the
Blends.
ladies. You need the booze.
You need some water.
So this is him talking about what it takes to pull a successful quote-unquote Diddy party. And make no mistake about it, right? His parties were so popular, like from the pictures that I shared yesterday, his parties were like the talk of the town. Everybody want to be there. If you were not there, you were not, you were not the chosen, you were not worthy. His parties were very, very popular and everybody wanted to be there. I was even listening to Ray J. He was on Chris Cuomo's show, and then he was being interviewed, and Ray J was talking about how his parties, everybody wanted to be at his parties, and the feeling that you got when you went to the party. First of all, Ray J said he never saw any of those things that happened. He never witnessed any of it. He also said that, his parties were always fun, and it was just somewhere you go, you network, you meet people, and he said that he always felt really good after he went to the party because, it kind of made him feel inspired, made people feel inspired after hanging out with like some of the most successful people in the industry. You wake up in the morning and just ready to grind, and I can actually understand that, I can actually understand that mindset. If only his parties weren't so evil. Like, I can understand how going to a place, meeting with really super successful people, and just looking at their life and thinking, gosh, I want to be like this. I want to have, even if it's not exactly their level, even if I don't get to their level exactly, I want to get somewhere. You know what I mean? So it makes sense. But the difference between that mindset and actually a Diddy party is that the opposite typically happens. When you go to a Diddy party, chances are you might get yourself in trouble, even if it's not for that day. There might be a trouble that you have made for yourself that is going to be saved for the rainy day. So yeah, you might go to a party and you might feel inspired, or you might go to a Diddy party and you might land yourself in trouble, or you become the victim of some type of situation. But I definitely understood what he was saying when he said, go to these parties, you wake up in the next day, you want to grind, you want to be better, you want to make money because you want to succeed, because you were just hanging out the night prior with successful people. So I completely get that. But this is what Diddy is basically exposing himself. And people thought, oh, this is so edgy, this is so funny, ha ha.
Watering plants?
No, I don't know if guys have noticed this. Like, a lot of ladies drink water at parties. They just, so if you don't have what they need, they're going to leave.
Right.
Got to keep them there.
Right.
You need locks on the doors.
Locks on the doors. You got to keep them there. Locks on the doors.
Okay, this is sounding kind of dangerous now.
It's a little kinky, but
yeah.
He wasn't done.
Right, check it out. You need a lot of heat. A lot of heat.
Yeah. Heat. You mean that?
Just listen to his explanation as to why you need a lot of heat at his parties. Like, this is predatory behavior, straight up.
Physically, the place has to be hot.
You don't have no air conditioning.
No air conditioning.
No.
Why is that?
Heat affects the alcohol, and it also affects, like, everybody gets a little bit more comfortable and loose. Builds up a nice little sweat.
That just sounds disgusting. What are you talking?
And these checks were what Khloe Kardashian had said about how she went to his party around 5 a.m. in the morning, and most of the people there were basically naked.
Depends on the way you look at it.
Depends. Oh, people start getting kind of.
It is disgusting, no matter how you look at it. The only way it is not disgusting if you look at it from the mindset of a perv. If you're looking at it from the mindset of a regular person who just went to a party to have fun, and then all of a sudden the heat is being cranked up and all these other things are being done, then it is disgusting. You are crazy. You are weird. You are a psycho. Okay, something's wrong with you. So yeah, that's one of it. And again, this just highlights how if you have money, you have the notoriety, you have influence, you'll literally get away with anything. And I remember when this Diddy situation first started, people were like really trying to defend Diddy, and they were talking about how, oh, the white man is trying to get a black man down, those are the rubbish, because he started, because people need to understand that before these things, whatever you see happening publicly, before they make it to the public, make no mistake about it, conversations would have started behind the scenes. There would have been talks, there would have been lawyers getting involved or whatever. So when some people saw Diddy coming out and talking about how Ciroc, he didn't like that they were kicking him out. He wanted to own Ciroc or some rubbish like that. And because he basically claiming that they were not allowing him to own a portion of it, And so he painted a very different narrative, trying to make it seem as though they were being prejudiced towards him because of his race. That was how he painted the picture. And of course, people ran with that narrative. And you know what is so interesting about that? It was a calculated move on his part, because he knew that that was the only way to get people to like jump on the bandwagon by claiming that people are coming after him because of his race. And you know how our people, we absolutely love, supporting our own, especially somebody of Diddy status who has made it, who has succeeded, done amazingly well for himself. So the concept of some, company trying to take advantage of him or trying to like hold him back, we don't like that. We go hard, But the reality, I think, is that he already knew that a lot of things were happening behind the scenes and things were coming out. And so he wanted to have like a fallback. He wanted to have like a narrative as to why these people are coming for him, not necessarily because of all the awful things that he has done. No, it cannot be that. It has to be because he's trying to buy a liquor company, and they're not allowing him. They said the same thing about Bill Cosby. They said, oh, Bill Cosby wanted to buy MSNBC or NBC or whatever as the reason why they brought all these allegations against him. Like, when are we going to learn? When are we going to really start thinking? So it just checks. This is just the narrative. This is the pattern of behavior. People not wanting to take accountability for things. Instead, blaming it on racism and blaming it on prejudice and blaming it on this. The same people that he was trying to blame, the same people that he was trying to accuse of targeting him were the same people that made him rich. I was listening to a 50 Cent interview, and 50 Cent was saying that he was making over $60-something million a year from the same company that he was trying to malign, that same company that he was trying to accuse of being prejudiced towards him. And those people protected him. They protected him. It was his guilt that led to those people then say, oh, okay, you want to be like this, then we're gonna throw you to the wolves. We're gonna withdraw our protection from you. From what I understand, he got really jealous that some other celebrities, white celebrities, had more leverage, had more control of their brand that they were marketing for the same company, and he felt like he wasn't allowed to, you know, and it was just something about jealousy. And so he started coming out on social media and crying and moaning about racism and this and that and the other. And they just like, okay, so this is how you're going to do it. They withdrew protection and just allowed the floodgate to open. And that was how all these people were able to come and accuse him, because he was protected for a long time. Okay. And that was the reason why he was doing all these things. You know, I'm sure that those people who were protecting him, they got to a point where they couldn't deal with him anymore. And they're just like, you know what? If you have things about all these other people that we actually like, that you think you're going to expose, if we no longer support you, if we don't give you what you want, even though we've already given you so much, then go ahead and expose who you want to expose. Do that. Let's know how that works out for you, you know. So it's a lot going on. It's a lot. And I personally am still wrapping my head around everything. But when I have thoughts, I want to share, because it's a lot. You have to process this situation one way or another. And this is my way of processing it, and also helping other people to not be victimized, helping parents to make sure that parents do not sell their children. Parents do not put their children in this type of situation, because this is sick. This is bad. This is really, really bad. Okay, it's bad. So yeah, I don't know if I have the time to watch one more video. You know what? I'm gonna come back again. So yeah, thank you guys so much for being here. I appreciate you so much. I'm coming back again. Wanted to quickly drop this here. Hit the like button and share. I'll catch you later. Bye.